What you have in the 12th century is a move from the great cathedral schools to the great medieval universities. It's a crucial move in Western civilization, the development of universities. It is the thing, I think, that one of the strange things when you look back at history is how advanced Islamic civilization was for so long over against Western Christian civilization. And then in the 12th, 13th century, it all seems to go horribly wrong for Islam. And Islam becomes almost stuck in a rut, if you like, while Western Europe starts to take off economically and culturally. One of the reasons for that is the rise of universities. Increasing urbanization in the 12th century, larger and larger urban populations, the cathedral schools in places like Paris, catering no longer just for those who want to go into a career of monastic contemplation. They start to teach international students, secular students who want to do theological and philosophical studies but then go off and work in the civil service, something like that. Cathedral schools get larger and then amalgamate. What you have in Paris is the amalgamation of a number of cathedral schools that becomes the great medieval University of Paris. Similar phenomena you'll find in Oxford, in Bologna, places like that. You'll find the growth of a new institution, the university. And the university is interesting because it is, I suppose, what you in America would call a centre for the liberal arts. These are not just centres for the study of theology. They rapidly become centres that give you a basic grounding in the liberal arts, logic, grammar, rhetoric, etc., etc., the trivium and the quadrivium, and then allow you to study all subjects, law, theology, within the one broad organisation. And that, I think, is one of the things that distinguishes Western universities from Islamic universities. That you have a drive towards universality, if you like. The idea that medicine, law, theology can all be studied within the one organisation. I've got here the earliest universities in Europe: Paris, Bologna, Oxford, Montpellier, Salerno. The model becomes so good and so successful that within a very few years you get universities being founded as universities. Places like Cambridge, for example. But here you have in the 12th century the rise of a new institution of learning, and that places new requirements upon those who teach individual subjects within a university setting. You are required to relate your subject to other subjects that are going on. This is another of the things that fuels scholasticism. It requires of its teachers, the existence of a university, the reflection, critical reflection upon curriculum. How do we teach theology? What books do we offer? How do we relate what we're doing to what's being done in law, medicine, and these other disciplines? A whole host of questions rises within the context of a university that doesn't arise within the context of a cathedral school that's just teaching contemplative theology. And it's at this point, it's part as a result of this, that you get the move away from the kind of contemplative element that you find littered throughout earlier theology to a more, what one might say, scientific approach. Theology, different departments of theology are becoming narrowed and focused on the particular issues they address. If you read Ansel, you have there somebody attempting to engage in critical reflection upon the church's confession, using the logical and philosophical tools that are available to him,